And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. The activity in front of the Brooklyn Museum, not too far from our setting today here at the Barclays Center. It's Friday night, and live on 2K Sports, we're going to bring you the NBA in all its excitement. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And giving us the rundown from the sideline, David Aldridge. We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Allen.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, Kyrie Irving rediscovered his maternal lineage with the White Mountain family of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. He lost his mother at a young age, and by connecting with her roots, he's found a piece of himself. The tribe gave him the name Little Mountain. Kevin?
Great story, D.A. Thank you. We don't see this very often, Clark, but tonight, two teams that really thrive in the half court.
Yeah, and you know, they can get up and down, and we'll see them do that some, but they much prefer, Kevin, simply to grind it out.
So here's Miami's starting group. Adebayo is out there with Myers Leonard. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson, and it's Nunn in at the one. And for the Nets, we've got Spencer Dinwiddie. Taurean Prince is out there with Jarrett Allen. Then it's Garrett Temple, and it's Harris in at the 3 slot. There's the pass to Dinwiddie. And the layup's good off the glass. Dinwiddie's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Nets.
You know, guys, I like the way Dinwiddie uses his body and strength. I mean, he doesn't have a problem overcoming physical defense.
And it's sent back by Allen. The feed to Prince. And he slams it one-handed.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Here's Nunn. Dinwiddie covering. Here's Nunn. Robinson left side. And it's off from three-point range. To the middle, here's Prince, and that one is stuffed right through.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
Harris finds Prince. Dinwiddie outside. Allen in the post. Adebayo on him. That's good from Allen on the assist from Harris.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now, here's Butler. 14 points from him the last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
To the paint, here's Allen. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
They found their rhythm and kept piling it on. And a huge boost of confidence on the road for sure.
And the Eastern Conference has been fun to watch. A lot of focus as always this year. And as we hit the midseason surge, let's check out the standings and how they're shaping up. Taking a look at Miami. They're sitting pretty, second place, and looking to take the top spot. And, of course, there's the Nets. They find themselves in the 8th spot.
And when you look at Miami, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
And the credit belongs to them for what they did and didn't do during the offseason. I mean, they had a vision, they set it out, and they've stayed true to it.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Now, here is Robinson. Against Indiana, he was really on his game. Here's Butler. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Spencer Dinwiddie.
You know, sometimes the athleticism of Butler just too much for the defense. Sometimes you have to simply resort to giving up the foul on that drive.
And he can't get the first one.
Well, they say players are made in the summertime, and that's Jimmy Butler's favorite time of year. He calls it grimy season, gets out in the country, and puts in that work.
And the second free throw, good. And Greg, those summertime workouts for Butler, they are something.
I mean, they sure are. He calls them bandanas and buckets. Grows his hair out, 2-a-days, hot yoga, intentionally isolated from the hustle and bustle of the big city. It gives him an excuse to really just lock in.
And at 6'6", Spencer Dinwiddie's tall for a point guard, but Clark, despite his size, very slippery off the dribble.
Yeah, he's ill-like when you talk about him off the dribble, guys. I mean, excellent change of pace. He's got a quick first step. And once he gets in the lane, his size helps him be a good finisher.
Shooting two.
The free throw drops for Dinwiddie. And the 6'6" point guard, Spencer Dinwiddie, second-round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to him.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, he signed that 4-year, $48 million extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Clark, here we are in mid-season, and some teams have already exceeded early expectations, starting to show that they are the real deal.
Yeah, no fluke, and that's what we call validation. Again, you have such a long season early on. The schedule can work in your favor, but as we get to this point in the season, Kevin, teams are starting to show you who they really are, answering doubters, and it's got to be extremely satisfying when you prove folks wrong.
Absolutely.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe.
Well, I don't think it would be a bad idea, Kevin. I mean, they could use all the second chance points they can get.
The Heat trail by 10. Here's Robinson. He dishes it to Butler. Over Harris. And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Robinson.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
And here are the Nets. They're on a 13-5 run. Leonard with the steal. Outside Robinson. Pass to Nunn. Now Butler. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Greg, when you look at the top perimeter defenders in the game today, how high does Jimmy Butler rank on that list?
Look, he's in the top handful, no doubt about it. Multiple all-defense selections. He is a true two-way terror.
The first one falls.
And guys, I think Jimmy Butler has all the tools you could want in a two-way player. He's an excellent defender, and he also can score the ball from just about anywhere.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And with the summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
And Temple kicks to Prince. Just 5 to shoot. Traps in the tray. Prince has got 9 points.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Now here's Butler. He's got 5. Dinwiddie with the steal. Here's Temple. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And a great front office in Brooklyn. General manager Sean Marks taking over in 2016, and he just signed an extension.
And you know, guys, that San Antonio tree has some great branches on it all over the league, and he's one of them. I mean, he's been a player, a coach, has worked in the front office. Marks understands all sides of the basketball business.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. James Johnson's checked in for Adebayo. He's off on the second.
You know, for a team like the Nets building without top picks, player development becomes critical. I mean, the Nets have made that a key focus for their franchise, and you can see the results paying dividends now.
Harris outside. Passes it to Allen. Here now is Dinwiddie. 14 points from him the last game against Oklahoma City.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist total show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
Clark, you were talking about the Nets player development. Guys like Spencer Dinwiddie and Joe Harris were signed as free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, a coaching staff dedicated to taking them to the next level in terms of improvement and player development. The investment they make in their top-notch training facility, all of that focus paying off for them.
And both free throws good for Dinwiddie.
Well, I really like this kid in college at Colorado. An effective player is Spencer Dinwiddie. He really does it all. Scores, rebounds, passes, defends. Good all-around player.
Now here's Butler. He's got 5. Here's Johnson. The rebound by Prince. Nets leading by 10. Pass to Harris. Inside, Allen. And then Allen slams it in.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes a team.
And it's the Heat with the ball, following the bucket by the Nets. Bounce pass Robinson. Butler from outside. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Down low. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
2 shots.
No good on that one. Well, how do you think great coaches go about making that connection with their players?
Well, it starts with being candid and holding the player accountable. Great players want to and need to be coached, and great coaches find a way to do that effectively for that individual and for the team.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Prince, and Karis LeVert subbed in for Garrett Temple, and he sinks the second.
Joe Harris was the league leader in three-point percentage last season. He's an absolute laser, and he's really coming to his own with hard work and finding the right fit.
And again, it's the Heat missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Chandler kicks to Dinwiddie. Harris outside. The pass to Allen. Now Dinwiddie. He's guarded by Johnson. Shot clock at 2. Dinwiddie's shot is off. And also a three-point shootout trophy for Joe Harris, besting Stephen Curry in his hometown of Charlotte.
Yeah, you know what? The fans beginning to learn what NBA defenses have known for a while. This guy, Joe Harris, is automatic from beyond the arc, making a name for himself as a solid defender, but a great three-point shooter.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
And here are the Heat now, following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Winslow with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Dinwiddie against Dragic. Dinwiddie passes to Allen. He can't get it to go. Now the Heat take it the other way. Johnson dishes to Dragic. Feeds it to Olynyk. Lets it go from 11. Brooklyn with the rebound. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
Very tough loss for them last time they played. I mean, in the end, the amount of trips to the line they gave up did them in.
And, Greg, they deserve a lot of credit for being aggressive, though. I mean, they got to the line a bunch because they forced the issue.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Hero. LeVert defending. Miami no good on that time either.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going. I think he has to play more conservative from this point on. I mean, that's 2 fouls already.
The Nets have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
That free throw, no good.
Yeah, you just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
You know, it's one of the things coaches like least is giving away points. I mean, they've been a step late. They've been caught reaching. They've got to tighten things up at the defensive end.
Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. Derek Jones, he's checked in for the Heat. Good on the second free throw.
Man, they are just living at the line.
Yeah, doing an outstanding job of attacking offensively and forcing the issue.
Now Dragic. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
Yeah, he can surprise you around the rim. Olynyk has some lift.
Here's Dinwiddie. 5 points in the game. Now here's LeVert, and that one drops. LeVert's got his second basket of the night.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Now here's Dragic. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. Now here's Chandler after the miss from Goran Dragic, and Jones sends it back.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Nets leading by 17. LeVert the pass to Chandler, but teardrop falls in.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now here's Winslow. No points in the game yet for him. Dinwiddie against Dragic. Unloads from 13. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
No good from Dragic.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Poked away. It's stolen by Jones. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Heat have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. And the first one drops. That misses, so he splits the free throws. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for Brooklyn. Jordan at the elbow. Harris kicks to LeVert. From deep. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Tough Nose Jimmy Butler talks about the mantle of being a franchise player.
You call me a leader, all-star, whatever you want to call it, but with that comes a lot of, some people call it pressure, but a lot of responsibility is what I call it. You know, every night you got to show up. You have to be productive. You have to show guys even when you're hurt, you can still play. Even when you're tired, you got to go out there and do what you're supposed to do. It's fun to me. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
And that's what he worked for. And he works as hard as anyone, Greg, in the NBA.
And you see that competitiveness and desire in his play.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, the Nets enjoying a nice lead here.
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. Wilson Chandler out there with Joe Harris. And it's Jordan in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. first free throw is good. Clark, do you think on average rookies are having a greater impact on their teams now than in decades past?
I really don't think so, Kevin. You can go back and look at the numbers historically. Every draft class usually has 6 to 10 rookies that have a significant impact on their respective teams. And of those 10, perhaps 10 or 12, maybe only a few are going to be on playoff teams just because of the nature of the draft. I don't really think that's changed tremendously over the decades.
Now here's Dinwiddie. And here's LeVert. It's deflected. Now here's Dragic, the fast break opportunity. Pass to Adebayo. He feeds it to Winslow. And the shot goes down.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Harris outside. Jordan the pass to LeVert. Fades and shoots. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Hero. Can't hit that one. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. There's Winslow. Buries the jumper to finish the break. Winslow's got 4 points in the quarter. Nets leading by 14. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. LeVert finds Dinwiddie. Back to LeVert. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Jones. Here's Hero. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Pass to Winslow. 5 to shoot. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
And how about the move he made there to come up and get himself clear in the lane for the deuce?
Dragic against Dinwiddie. Now the pass to LeVert. They could use a bucket. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists in the game. Dragic with it. On the wing, Winslow. Jordan with some nice D.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Now here's LeVert. Justice Winslow missing his last shot. His 4th miss of the game. He's made 3. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, "I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school, didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage." Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A. Now here's Dragic. Wilson Chandler unable to get his shot to go.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Dinwiddie against Dragic. LeVert with a wide open look. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
LeVert against Dragic. He kicks it to Winslow. It's stolen by Harris. And here comes Harris, leading the fast break. And there's the feed to Dinwiddie. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, you know what? Dinwiddie has good size at the point guard position, and he uses it well to draw fouls.
The Nets have shot 60% from the line, 6 of 10.
Shoot 2.
First free throw is good. And Clark, when you think back to your playing days in high school, what memories come to mind?
Well, just the fun of being able to have success all 4 years I was at St. Joseph High School in Cleveland, the way the city rallied around us my senior year when we had a chance to play for a state championship. Unfortunately came up short. The teammates and coaches and teachers that I had a chance to enjoy those 4 years with, all really fond, special memories for me. He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity, he's cashing in on those.
Here's Butler, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Butler's got 7.
Well, I tell you what, he's not going to give in to the defense. Butler really is ferocious. Great job finishing off these tough shots.
Now here's Jordan. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Allen. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
Here's Butler. He has 7. Unloads from 13. And another basket for Miami. Brooklyn leading by 9. Here's Temple. Pass to Dinwiddie. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Clark, do you think we in the media overemphasize championship rings when talking about an individual player's legacy?
Yeah, I think when you talk about an individual player's legacy, a player can be a champion without a championship ring. I know there's another level of champion which includes a championship ring, and sometimes it gets distorted in my estimation because an individual only has so much impact on a team being a championship team. There are no individual team champions. Teams win championships. Being a key player or a role player on a championship team is certainly worthy of recognition and being held in high esteem, but I don't like to see championship caliber players being diminished in the court of public opinion because they didn't win a team championship ring.
Like Stockton and Malone.
Exactly. You could go down the list, a number of guys who just weren't, for whatever reason, able to get the ultimate in a team championship, but had championship Hall of Fame careers.
Here's Nunn.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Here's Nunn. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Dishes it to Robinson. Now Butler. Rebound, Brooklyn. Allen's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Dinwiddie kicks to Temple. Prince outside. Jordan the pass to Dinwiddie. With the floater, and it's good on the layup. Dinwiddie's got 6 points in the quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now, here is Robinson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And that one's good by Butler.
You know, I think Butler had a pretty good mid-range game coming in. You know, he was drafted 30th back in 2011.
Feeds it to Dinwiddie. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
Nunn passes to Butler. Johnson outside. He gets that one.
Boy, Butler doing a nice job taking advantage of the open man. Good quick pass there.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He's guarded closely. Jordan inside. He's covered by Leonard. Jordan with the bucket.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Here's Nunn. Dinwiddie covering. Butler on the wing. He's got 11. Clock at 6. Takes it out to Leonard. His first shot coming late. Rebound, Brooklyn. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
And how about the performance we're seeing from him? Not one miss on the day.
Here's Nunn. Dinwiddie covering. Robinson kicks to Butler. Back to Robinson. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Robinson's got his first basket.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Stripped it away. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Nunn. Dinwiddie covering. Outside Butler from the arc. Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass. Boy, I covered Jared Allen in college, and you look at the physical profile he's got. 7.5-foot wingspan, big hands, explosive, really good athlete. He's got all the tools and an upside without limits.
Ball stolen. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
And the Heat making a change here. Olynyk checked in. Leonard dishes to Robinson. Passes it to Nunn. Back to Robinson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Butler. Dinwiddie with the rebound. You were talking, Clark, about Allen's length and leaping ability. He's dangerous around the rim.
Boy, he sure is, guys. Still developing his skill game, but he's already more than serviceable at the offensive end of the floor. And we know he's a rim protector defensively. Good feet, gets up and down, has a nice touch and good hands. Boy, this guy is going to be some kind of player going forward.
Timeout called, the Nets. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
So for the Nets, Chandler comes in for Allen, and Karis LeVert subbed in for Dinwiddie. Here's Temple, defended by Butler. Here's Prince. Here's Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
Hey, you know, Kevin, there's a reason why Jordan's a high-percentage shooter. Shooting percentage a function of the kind of shots you get. He opts mainly for dunks.
Now, here's Butler. He's got 15. Robinson for 3. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Here's Temple. 11 points for him in that last game against Oklahoma City. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. And Olynyk kicks to Butler. Goes back up. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Butler's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Miami. Now, here's LeVert. He's got 8. Five on the clock. Chandler scanning the floor, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Spencer Dinwiddie firing on all cylinders for Brooklyn. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. James, you came out and you were really productive. In fact, the whole bench was productive.
Yeah, of course. You know, that's what the second unit's for. We go hard in practice. We know we can play with the best of them, and we just want to give our first guys, the first group, a lift.
You certainly did, James. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Brooklyn came out looking very confident, looking absolutely unstoppable off the tip. They put together a masterful 12-0 run. From their first bucket of the game to the end of the first quarter, they held on to that lead with an iron fist, never once giving it up. They saw that enormous first quarter lead erode during the second quarter, but they still hold an 8-point advantage at halftime. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
Well, Kenny knows about this. I used to do this to his team all the time. Take advantage of you down low. Mismatch. Barbecue chicken alert. Make good entry passes. That led to some good looks. Obviously, a lot of points. When you control the paint, Ernie, you control the game. I was the master of controlling my paint. Shaquille O'Neal.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Miami?
Well, they're facing a team that shot very well in the first half. Now, that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
The Heat trail by 8. Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. Myers Leonard is out there with Kelly Olynyk. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Nunn in at the point guard. Now here's Butler. Over Temple. Butler can't get that one to fall.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Here's none after Taurean Prince's bucket. And here is Butler. Banked in off the glass. Butler's got 19 points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Allen. 8-point game. Tipped away. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Miami. On the wing, Harris, guarded by Robinson. 6 to shoot. Here's Temple, and Butler sends it back.
No denying it. Butler, a superb defender. Really does a nice job using his length to turn shots away.
The Heat trail by 8. Here's Nunn. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Outside Butler. Pass to Nunn. Three-pointer. That shot no good.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Dinwiddie right side. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Seeing Dinwiddie in attack mode, boy, that's fun to watch. Outstanding at getting to his spots and cashing in.
To the inside, Butler. And it's Butler with the jam.
And really scored most of their points, but he can't score them all, guys. He's going to have to get somebody else to step up.
Dinwiddie outside. And the pass to Prince. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Nunn. The dish to Butler. And it's sent back by Allen.
It's really hard to shoot over Allen, which is probably why you shouldn't try to do it.
On the clock. Robinson for 3. Rejected by Harris. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. Now here's Allen. He's got 6. Good. Allen's got 8.
Well, I think you just got to tip your hat to Allen. I mean, when he's hitting that, just say good shot.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
And Greg, safe to say, Allen's defense is ahead of his offense.
Yeah, but his mobility and leaping ability serve him well as a finisher, providing that vertical spacing teams like to have inside.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Heroes checked in for Robinson. And so Butler nails both of them. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Harris with it. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Now Dragic kicks it to Butler. Pass to Adebayo. Outside Dragic. 5 to shoot. Here's Butler. The shot will not fall. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Inside. Allen, that's good. Allen's got 10.
Well, I like seeing Allen get this kind of position because you give him the rock there, and he can take care of the rest.
Gets the pass to Jones. Here's Hero. 5 points in the game. And Butler gets it to go.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on the roll and knock him down.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
That was a good time to call a timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Butler.
And he hasn't been making as much of an impact with his defense as he had been earlier in the season. Steal numbers have dropped off in the past 5 games. He'll need to put a lot more effort into his defense here tonight.
Temple connects from three-point range. And the Nets lead by 10.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
Dragic dishes to Butler. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
And you don't like to concede the free throws, but it's better than getting flushed on.
Well, Greg, you know, there's no question about that. You played on a tough, physical Knicks team during your NBA career, and that would fall right in line with a smart, strong foul right there.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Very good point.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And so Butler nails both of them.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Now here's Allen. 10 points for him. He dishes it to Dinwiddie. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds in the game. That's tipped, but they get it back. Prince kicks to Temple. High post Allen, working on Jones. Allen passes to Dinwiddie. Allen in the post, defended by Jones. Allen's shot is off.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Dinwiddie against Dragic. Dishes to Butler. Here's Hero. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 4th assist in this one.
Tell you what, the passing game of Butler, impressive. Doesn't just look for a shot, wants to make his teammates better.
Now here's Allen. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. From deep, Prince. Rebound by the Heat. Adebayo's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Back to Dragic. From deep. And the Heat, another 3.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Passes it to Temple. He kicks it to Allen. Harris against Butler. Allen dishes to Harris. There's the 3. And it's Miami with the rebound. Adebayo's got 8 rebounds in this game. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively. And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
Timeout called, the Nets.
And the veteran Goran Dragic still producing late in his career. Not the force he once was, but always a source of playmaking and scoring.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Allen. Chandler comes in for Harris. And it's LeVert in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And then for Miami, James Johnson's checked in for Jones. And Winslow subbed in for Jimmy Butler. Here's Temple. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Here's Jordan. It's deflected. To end the drought. From down in the low post, it goes. Jordan's got 8 points.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Now here's Winslow. He's got 7, and they take the lead. Dragic has got the lead up to 1 now for the Heat.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Here's LeVert. He's got 8. Got a piece of it. And no good. But close on that one, so he'll shoot 2. That one's on Johnson. And you look at Karis LeVert, Clark out of Michigan, 6'7", and a tremendous athlete.
Kevin, he's one of my favorite players over the last handful of years coming out of college. He had some injury issues his last 2 seasons at Michigan, but he's an excellent two-way player. Outstanding energy and aggressiveness, and makes all kinds of plays at both ends of the floor and plays the game the right way.
He's off on the first.
Well, you know what? I think you got to be excited about LeVert's potential. This kid seems to get better and add more to his game every year.
And he's good on the second. Tremendous versatility for Karis LeVert, offensively, Clark, and defensively. He can play multiple positions.
Well, I like that about him too, Kevin. 6'7", he's a gifted scorer, can make plays when the ball is in his hands. The Nets have a number of ball handlers, and that's what Coach Kenny Atkinson believes in. To get a lot of guys that can make plays and do it for each other and together, and we've got something good.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Temple to pass to Jordan. Pass to Prince. On the wing, Chandler. Wide open. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
Well, the defense got lucky there with him missing it, but they don't want to chance that again.
Hero passes to Dragic. Here's Hero. Trying to get open is Adebayo. Hero, no good.
Well, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Here's Temple. High, arcing shot. It's not going to go for him.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Nets trail by 5.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
There's the pass to Prince. Jordan up top. Adebayo against Prince. Rebound by the Heat.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Adebayo. There's a break in the action, so let's now take a look at the teams with the highest field goal shooting percentage. The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. The Heat in 5th.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Here's Chandler, and it's blocked.
And another miss. Woo, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Heat.
Block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Count that one. And now it's an 11-point Heat lead.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Pass to LeVert. 46 seconds left in the third. And the Nets miss again.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
Guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Second chance shot and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. It's stolen by Dragic. Here's Winslow, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Prince. And just miss after miss right now. Jimmy Butler has been on display for the Miami Heat. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. Right back after this break. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. Nets trail by 13. Garrett Temple is out there with Karis LeVert. Then it's Wilson Chandler. Then it's Jordan. And it's Prince in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And it's good for 2. 10 points for DeAndre Jordan.
Jordan very efficient in the paint because of his length. Close to the bucket, he's hard to deal with.
Winslow, the pass to Nunn. Robinson against Chandler. Robinson kicks to Winslow. Shot clock at 6. Tries a 3. Good on the triple. Winslow's got the lead up to 14 now for Miami.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Olynyk trying to break loose and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. So for the Nets, Harris is checked in for Prince, and Dinwiddie subbed in for Garrett Temple. He hits the second from the line. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Dinwiddie dishes to Harris. It's LeVert on the wing. Olynyk is covering, and it's LeVert missing.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with him. It's a tough day so far.
None. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Here's Dinwiddie, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Dinwiddie showing you some of that strength, excelling at taking the hit and working his way through it.
And Miami making a change here. Butler's checked in. The free throw drops for Dinwiddie. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Miami leading by 12. Here's Nunn. A baseline J. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Leonard's got his first bucket of the night.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Now here's LeVert. The dish now to Chandler. Just 5 to shoot. Harris passes to LeVert. No good on the 3.
You know, he's been off tonight, off his game. At this point, he might want to focus on creating for others.
And that one is good. That's now 32 points for Butler.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Dinwiddie finds Harris. It's LeVert on the wing. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got his 5th rebound in this one. Looking to get back on track here. Dinwiddie with the rebound. Dinwiddie's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Come get it.
And here are the Heat now. Spencer Dinwiddie missing his last shot. Nunn passes to Olynyk. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Olynyk can't hit. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. They trail by 16. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. And that'll be the 3rd of the 4 straight at home. Now here's Jordan. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Sunday, It'll be the Atlanta Hawks coming into town. And then on Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz.
And that matchup against the Bucks, it's a chance for them to come out and knock off the top dog in the league. A win there can be a big step forward for this team.
And he makes the first.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Allen's checked in, and Miami also making a switch. Adebayo's checked in. He doesn't get the second one. And Bam Adebayo. He just plays with so much energy when he's on the floor.
Boy, he is ferocious on both ends of the floor. Great energy player who can finish in the paint with the best of them. Very quick on his feet and can cover a lot of ground for a player his size. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now here's LeVert. Passes to Allen. Harris kicks to LeVert. From deep three-point range, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Here's Butler. And it's sent back by Allen. Harris inside. Robinson on him. Harris passes to LeVert. Dinwiddie outside. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
That's become more the norm for Dinwiddie now, guys. He once was a poor long-distance shooter, but now he's made a big jump in that part of his game.
Here's Nunn. Knocked away. It's stolen by Harris. Dinwiddie right side. Pass to LeVert. Now here's Jordan. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Free throw good, Jordan. And so Jordan nails both of them. The Heat leading by 9. Here's Nunn. Shoots over LeVert. Nunn can't get it to fall.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Now here's Jordan. Dinwiddie outside. Allen trying to break free. Dinwiddie with the bucket. Dinwiddie's got 25 points.
I can't find an excuse for letting Dinwiddie get this positioning inside. I mean, once he has it, you're toast.
Here's Nunn. And nothing is falling for him right now. Nets trail by 7. Dinwiddie outside. Leonard with the steal. Butler attacking. It's tipped.
Well, it's rare to see a block shot from a perimeter player like Dinwiddie, but good job that time.
It's Jordan on the wing. Dinwiddie outside. Nets passing it around. Harris looking it over. Just 5 on the clock. Here's LeVert, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And Brooklyn making a change here. Temple's checked in. Heat also with a sub. Dragic is checked in. The Heat leading by 7. Outside Butler. The pass to Adebayo. And here's Dragic. Back to Butler. Here's Adebayo. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. And the Heat lead by 9.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by Brooklyn.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. You look at Jimmy Butler. He's really been playing well.
Yeah, he is on a major roll today. This timeout was desperately needed. They've got to come up with a new game plan designed to shut him down.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jimmy Butler.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch Kenny Atkinson's message to his team. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now, or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Now, here's Dinwiddie. Prince outside. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Leonard. Here's Adebayo. Rebound, Brooklyn. Allen's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. To the middle. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. 27 points for Spencer Dinwiddie.
Doing all he can so far, but they still find themselves trailing.
Timeout called the Heat. Right side, Butler. Pass to Adebayo. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 7th assist here tonight.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Harris outside. It's blocked. Outside Robinson. He dishes it to Dragic. Back to Robinson. Kicks to Leonard. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Robinson for 3. And again, Miami with the triple.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
Harris dishes to Allen. Pass to Dinwiddie. Hangs. He takes it up and lays it in. Dinwiddie's got 14 points now in the second half.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Here's Dragic, and there's another one for the Heat.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Dinwiddie up top. He's guarded by Dragic. Dinwiddie kicks to Prince. Here's Temple, defended by Butler. Allen passes to Harris. Shot clock at 5. Temple can't get it to go.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
You know, that's a trademark of his defense. Quick to react, close down the shooter, and then affect the shot.
Prince against Leonard. Pass to Dinwiddie. It's stolen by Dragic. And it's the Heat on the break. Dragic has got the ball. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. From outside, off the mark. Nets trail by 12. Now, here's Dinwiddie. To the left side wing. Temple gets the bucket.
Yeah, you know what? Dinwiddie is very dependable at serving his teammates on the court. Seems like a natural leader.
And here's Dragic. He'll bring it up for Miami. 17 points was their biggest margin. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
1:22 left to play here in the fourth. Dragic against Dinwiddie. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Dinwiddie showing you his craftiness in the pick and roll sets, and you can see how he's grown in attacking those.
Dragic against Dinwiddie. And here is Butler. And they double up Butler. Robinson for 3. And no good.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
And here's Prince outside. That shot is off. On offense, here are the Heat. They're leading by 8. Robinson passes to Butler. And the 3 off target.
And, you know, it's almost as if he wore himself out with that performance in the last quarter. He hasn't had nearly the same kind of energy in this one.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 7. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 29 seconds left in the game. And now we've got the intentional foul. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one, and that's an intentional foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. Guys, a comeback probably not in the cards at this point.
Yeah, I think you can put a fork in it.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Temple. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Dragic with it. And so it's Miami winning this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. With Jimmy Butler. Now, Jimmy, you guys struggled early on, but you got the momentum back and the lead. What adjustments did you make?
Just being aggressive on both ends of the floor. I feel like we're a little loose at the beginning and not playing with a lot of energy. I feel like that's what this team's about. So when we got out there, started playing hard and getting easy baskets, we cut that lead in half.
And it led to a win. Thanks, Jimmy. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.